This is one of the best trucks in ETS2. It has over 700 horsepower, a premium cabin, modern safety systems, and enough technology to make every journey feel effortless. But that is not what we're driving today, because I took on a challenge to make vanilla ETS2 as difficult as possible. So I picked one of the weakest trucks in game, an Iveco S-Way with the smallest engine, and I hooked it up to a pretty heavy load. Then I removed every advantage I could, every assist is turned off, every slider designed to make the game easier is pushed to the opposite direction. Truck stability, trailer stability, braking, random events, detours, everything is working against me. And to make things even worse, I'll be driving a manual gearbox for the very first time in ETS2. So let's find out if all of this is enough to turn one of the most relaxing games into a genuine challenge. Well, hopefully this goes well. All my assists are off, ABS, traction control, all the sliders are down, so we'll see. Now, the first thing that I gotta worry about, and I guess the hardest thing for me in this challenge, assuming this engine will be powerful enough for the cargo, is to get the truck to start and move. I'm using manual gears for the first time, so clutch down, turn on the engine, position 1, which should be gear 1, looks good, parking brake off, slowly release the clutch and let's see, just a bit of throttle. Okay, that wasn't hard at all, actually. Let's go position 2, that means gear 3, because it splits, so it goes from 1st, 3rd to 5th to 7th, 9th and 11th, which means, with the way I have it set up, that I'll never be able to use the 12th gear, which is a bum, but it's fine. Now this is our cargo on the left, and by default I think it just weighs around 8 tons, which is not too much, but what I did, because I really wanted this job, I like the route, I went into Trucky Tools, it's a third-party plugin, and I added a bit of weight to it, so it should be a lot heavier than it is. Let's see if we can connect the trailer. Oh my god, there's so much more to worry about with manual gears. And the fact that the truck barely stops because of that braking intensity being 50, it's already getting me nervous. Let's see. Slowly, just align it properly. This might not be enough, but yeah, we're definitely off here. Let's see if we can. Did I kill the engine? Wow. Guess I did. Oh man, this is gonna be tough already, but not for the reasons I thought about. I was seeing myself, having trouble driving this thing because it's so heavy and the truck is not that powerful, but maybe I should have stick to automatic gearboxes that I'm comfortable with. Okay, never mind. Looks good. And we are ready to go. So first gear again, position first, slowly release the clutch. I think I'm getting the hang of it. Okay, so this was an easy pull. I'm hoping that the Trucky Tools plugin did its job, and this should weigh, in fact, about 10-15 tons more than it does right now. But I'm not sure. Why am I neutral? I gotta get the timing right here. But the important thing is that we're moving. Now we'll see how that plays out. We'll talk about a few things in a second. I just want to get comfortable here. So far, and I know it's only been a minute, I'm not seeing any major differences except the fact that I gotta struggle, and I gotta focus to drive this thing. Okay, position 3, and we're in the 5th gear. We'll stay here for a second. Okay. Now, I would have to slow down a bit, maybe get it in neutral, just in case we have to stop. I think we're good though, so I'm gonna put it back into the 3rd, get some speed going. This is actually very challenging, so for those of you who actually get to do this and play manual, I think it's more fun, to be honest. I know I'm struggling now, but I'm guessing once you get the hang of it, it gets really, really fun. Probably time to shift. Too much RPM. I guess you could abuse the cruise control a bit here, but I'm not sure how that works with manual gears. We're not gonna stop here, we're not gonna slow down, we're okay. Okay, that was a bit clumsy. But the important thing is that we're moving, and this doesn't seem difficult at all. But everything is turned down, like, you know, braking, of course, is a bit slower than it normally was. I think, well, there you have it. I was about to say the truck stability could be a problem eventually, but now at lower speeds, I don't think it will. Alright. I'll be a lot more comfortable as soon as we leave the city. Oh yeah, even those things, random road detours and events, road events, they are maxed out. So we should see a lot of those coming up. We already had one, and it's only been 3 minutes, which is actually something I should do on my, you know, on my other profiles, even if when I'm not struggling, because they do look nice. They keep you focused. Now that I'm thinking, maybe this challenge could have been a bit more interesting if I had I don't know, a second-hand truck. Maybe one of those Ivecos that have 370 horsepower. I think that was an option. But yeah, we're gonna speed up to 60 and we're gonna do the cruise control. Another road event here. Now that I'm thinking, I could have done a bit more with the traffic. I could have just increased the traffic to its maximum capacity, because right now it's on default, and you can go 3 steps up from what I know. G_traffic #1 is the default, and then you can up it to 4. It should make the roads a bit more busy, but I'm not complaining, I'm just saying it just gets to me that maybe this is not the hardest ETS2 could be, and I'm talking about the vanilla version. But either way, a lot of things happening with SCSSoftware. I guess you've seen project coaches coming up, road trip. It's amazing. A lot of things happening, and the momentum is here. When I started this, I remember back in 2025 in the summer, they started adding a lot of things, and the frequency of updates was getting high, and I didn't know what to make of it back then. I thought maybe, you know, it's just the competition that's sneaking in, because we had news about the Road Kings, we had news about the Truck World Australia, so it made sense thinking that maybe, what's this? Just some trash on the road. And we're in Norway, so that's a bit surprising. But yeah, I was talking about SCS and the games themselves. You know, this is just, you know, beyond SCS. I'm just talking about ETS2, to see the movement and to see that the games are constantly evolving, and you know, you might agree with their direction, you might not, you might like some, you might be thrown off by a few, but in the end it's a good thing for us. And okay, not in the right gear, definitely. 7th gear should be a bit better. Do I turn here? No, I still go. Sorry guys, I'm running manual gears. I'm special. Oh, we're actually gonna keep it into 7th here. Maybe stop accelerating. Okay, the engine is not happy with how I'm doing this, but what you gonna do. Should I go into 9th? That just seems so high. But I guess it's not. Oh, God. That was definitely something that I used to do, and the truck did not react that way. So it's probably the sliders with the stability and everything affecting this. On the bright side, outside is beautiful today. We have nice weather, amazing map. This is Nordic Horizons. And I'm feeling good. If you're gonna ask about the graphic settings and the mods and everything, I see that comment quite a lot. Just so you know, there's an actual guide on the channel that you can watch, and it's a guide because what I use might not work for you, or your computer might be able to do a bit more than mine could. So then that guide basically takes you through, you know, the thought process of getting your game to look as good as possible, essentially. So if you want to know about my graphics, that's your best friend right there. It's I think it maybe 3 months ago, 2 months ago. So you can look for it. It's a guide. It has, you know, all the plugins, all the mods, the way I go about things, and we talk about scaling quite a lot because I think it's very important to find a balance between the scaling and the FPS. So yeah, just because if this video, you know, has any traction and you guys are watching it, you're probably gonna ask about the graphics, and I figured we should get that out of the way. 11th gear for the first time. It feels good. It's actually not hard at all. Now, when you're cruising, you know, on back roads or highways, it's pretty much all the same. I'm actually even gonna turn on the cruise control because I'm going a bit fast here. Yeah. So, I had in mind to have a title for this video. I made ETS2 as hard as possible. Oh, the stability is not here. But it's probably gonna be I tried making ETS2 as hard as possible because so far it just looks like... If I didn't tell you, you probably didn't know. I had all those things removed from the assists and the sliders, and that was a bit dangerous. So yeah, I tried making ETS2 as hard as possible. Don't think if I managed to do just that, but at the very least it's an interesting way to play for me. And we'll see how it gets to parking. Obviously we have skilled parking or with manual gears, so... Why am I going so fast actually? Let me slow down a bit. It's way too fast for this area. I don't think this has a retarder, this truck, so I'm gonna have to use the pressure brakes, main pedal. 70 kph, cruise control, life is good. I keep thinking, what could I have done to make this a bit more challenging? Because, so I thought about it and I was saying, okay, so ETS2, and a lot of you were saying that is not necessarily a heavy simulation. It has some arcadey parts, but it's also most of the settings, the default settings are meant to provide this, easy, calming experience. And there's a lot of things you can do inside the game that supposedly would make your truck behave differently, or make it a bit more challenging to control it too. It hasn't happened. Not yet. I had a few hiccups at the beginning. I'm not sure what gear I should be in. This looks good right now. But other than that, it's just smooth sailing. It's been 8 months since this DLC released. It broke all the records. 70-something thousand people played ETS2. a new record for it. It was mostly because of Nordic Horizons. It's an amazing map. Had so much detail. And to this day, I don't think I played it enough. I played it for quite a while, especially back then when I had to do... I didn't have to, but I wanted to do a review for it. Again, we're going a bit too fast downhill here. Let's slow down just enough. Oh, my engine's gonna die, I think. Let's go back into 7th. Ninth. Okay, and then eventually 11th. I gotta get myself one of those splitters, some add-ons, like a better shifter, where I can just press a button on it to do the split. Because now that I'm doing this, I'm just thinking ATS, an 18-wheel gearbox, what am I saying, 18-wheel, an 18 gears transmission would be fun to try actually. It would be a lot of shifting, I'm sure, but I think it's growing on me. I really felt like playing, so that's why I went to, I wanted to do something for the channel, for you guys. I wanted to just have something interesting, an opportunity to get myself behind the wheel once again, because it's been some slow couple of months where I didn't get too much time to play. There's also a lot of projects that I'm working on, and now sure, I do record for it, and I do have to play every now and then, but I don't get to enjoy, a long run at 2,000 plus kilometers. Just earlier, I was doing this video with types of jobs and ways to play ETS2, and I actually, just to be able to express what I'm feeling, I had to do each job off camera, and just remind myself why I loved playing the way I did. And it was so nice. It was so relaxing. It was so fun, and I want to keep doing that, And like I keep telling you this when a video like this one pops up. I wanna have a gameplay video every now and then where I can just talk to you, speak my mind. Not that I don't usually, but it's just much more freedom right here. Oh, that was... yeah. So, I mean, the stability of the truck, maxed out or lowered, it doesn't really affect you too much. I guess if you want to be speeding and going on those 100 plus kilometers per hour speeds on a highway, and then you have to do an overtake or you have to do a sharp turn to leave the highway, it could be a problem if you're not slowing down in time. But on these roads I had nothing to complain about. So we're probably gonna see this in August actually. It's July 31st today for me. So summer's almost over. This year has been, I wouldn't say short, a lot of things happened, but time flies in a manner when it, didn't used to feel like this. I guess when you keep yourself busy and you keep chasing stuff, it can feel like that sometimes. It did for me, for sure. Okay. Let's see here. I don't have too much speed, 70 something. And if you're smooth with your wheel, even with zero stability, which was supposed to be a real hassle, don't actually struggle. Can you actually make ETS2 quite difficult? Starting to wonder. If you know about something that I could do, or if you have a way of playing that makes it difficult, but not in the extreme way, like that's not the point, right? Just to struggle. This is not SnowRunner, I get it, but just to put up a challenge. So if you're doing something that I could do, and I haven't in this video, which is essentially just removing every assist and sliding down all those little helpers SCS put for us. I haven't done much, and sure, I tried manual gears, but there must be something, I guess, that I'm missing. I think we're getting close to our destination here. The parking should be interesting. Or are we? I think it's Little Hammer. No, it can't be. That's way down south, actually. Alright, so I have to prepare to exit this right here. Maybe do... slowly slow down. I was on the wrong lane. Okay, we're in a low gear, but we gotta slow down, so... press the clutch just so our engine doesn't die. I think we have to stop here. Can't see much. Yeah. So we came to a full stop. Normally I would just go right now, but I don't feel confident enough to try it. Not with manual gears. I'm gonna go into first though. And I'll start. This is our best chance right here. So you're going to the first gears really fast. I guess 30 and up it's already the 7th gear, and now 40 plus I should go into the 9th. Just about 50, 55 maybe. kph, I gotta go into the 11th. Although it's not really ideal. Stay into the 9th. Maybe with a stronger engine, for sure. But this was, you know, it was no challenge. Maybe I should have modified the engine itself in the Rocky Tools plugin. Just give it a ridiculous amount. Oh, what am I doing here? Why am I in neutral? My shifter stopped working. Come on, not... That's not great. That's not ideal at all. Come on. It refuses to go into... Okay, there you go. My god. I feel so clunky. Alright, well, we're almost here. Was this the hardest ETS2 can be? Maybe it is. Maybe it's just, you know, it's an easy game, but you can't do much to increase its difficulty, or... Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Because I have the hill start off, so if I release the brake, I'm going backwards. There's a bus behind me, okay. Give it a bit of gas. Awesome. I specifically wanted this to be vanilla, in a way that I didn't want to have custom maps, because I know there are some extreme maps out there. I see a lot of videos with them. They pop in my feed, and I think that would be a challenge, but just from the, you know, vanilla perspective, trying to get ETS2 to be as hard as it can be doesn't really change anything significantly, especially if you're already used to manual gears. Let's look for our spot here. Should be skilled parking, so... Is that it? Yeah, it is. What am I doing here? This is where it gets fun. I think I might do it in the first try, to be honest. Maybe. Okay, it's not perfect, but listen, I'm happy with it. All right, well, it's not perfect, but it's you know, it's not worse. This is as hard as I could get ETS2 to be, which wasn't too hard, but I guess it's either that I'm missing something or that this is the hardest it gets. Till the next time, stay safe on the road and keep on trucking. Cheers.